I just got back from watching an early screening of Joker FOLIE A DEUX, otherwise known as Joker 2. I'm going to give you my quick, spoiler-free, honest opinion on the movie. So, Joker 2, FOLIE A DEUX, follows Arthur Fleck yet again, and he's since been arrested for his crimes from the first movie, and now we're going through the court system to prove whether or not he's guilty and deserves the death sentence, or he's insane and deserves to be put into a hospital. That's really the premise of the film. And, you know, Lady Gaga plays Harley Quinn in it, or Lee, as she's called in the movie. This movie was fine. It was fine. Let's get through the one question on everybody's mind. Is it a musical? Yes and no. Yes, it's a musical in the fact that songs are sung, but no in the fact that it's not your conventional musical where there's a big ensemble of people breaking out into dance and orchestral music playing, although sometimes and it does. But music and the songs being sung in the movie are more or less used in a realistic way. The character sings, but nobody else really is in on it. The fact that it's a musical movie, as reality should be, right? So everybody else is living their life while Joker and or Harley Lee are singing their songs. And it's explained in the movie that singing songs helps them cope with their disassociativeness or their split personalities, so to speak. The singing is used in an unconventional musical way, not the likes that we've seen in musicals before. I think there's only one or two times where a song is fully sung all the way through from beginning to end. Sometimes the song is just sung just to make a point or to describe what they're feeling, and then it ends abruptly. It doesn't go through the whole thing. So it's more or less used as a dialogue piece rather than a musical. The acting was incredible, as always. I think Joaquin Phoenix is one of the best actors of our generation, hands down. He just loses himself inside this character, and you just don't see Joaquin Phoenix half the time, more than half the time. You're seeing Arthur Fleck. You're seeing this really deranged, mentally unwell individual, and wow, the eyes. It's the eyes. Joaquin Phoenix really just sucks you in with the eyes. Harley Quinn, or Lee, played by Lady Gaga, she was fine. There were parts where I'm just like, okay, that's really good, but then there are other parts where I'm like, yeah, this is fine. I believe maybe she could have been played by anyone. On that note, I also think that the character of Harley Quinn, or Lee, was more or less inconsequential to the overarching story. Like, there are things that she does in the movie that propels Arthur forward in his story, sure, but it's nothing specific to her character, I guess. I guess what I'm trying to say is that you could have swapped that character out for any other character, and the things that she does could have been done by anyone, really. In the end, although Harley and Joker are definitely an item in the comic books and the TV show and the cartoons and the movies, she didn't necessarily need to be in this, and I think she was just maybe thrown in there because it's Joker, right? There was nothing about her character that told me, yeah, that needed to be Harley Quinn. Like, we needed her in this movie. What can I say without spoiling anything else? It was filmed really well. Todd Phillips does an excellent job, works the camera and the shots. Kudos to his cinematographer as well. There are some beautiful shots in here. Every time something came up, I was like, wow, screenshot that, throw it on my desktop. I would love that. Yeah, it's really pretty, much like the first one. And surprisingly, and this isn't really a spoiler, it's a courtroom drama. You get about 20 to 30 minutes of it not being in the courtroom, maybe a little bit longer. But for the rest of the movie, it's a courtroom drama. I wasn't expecting that, because in that regard, it was very subdued compared to the first film. Because the first film, he's on the streets, he's going wild, he's kind of let loose. In this one, he's not really allowed to, and he can't. I mean, he can, but he doesn't. He doesn't let loose as crazy as he did in the first one. And that brings me to my next point, is that it wasn't as disturbing or violent or get under your skin or creepy or anything like that compared to the first one. It was very subdued. It just wasn't as psychotic. The character of Joker was very restrained the whole time, and it was only when he withdrew into his mind that he could let loose. In the real world he couldn't, and in the first one he did. So in that regard, kind of lame. I didn't have a bad time with it by any means. I really enjoyed my time watching it. I love watching Joaquin Phoenix act. I love watching Todd Phillips do his thing. Beautiful movie. It just it lacked in a few spaces for sure. I'm giving this a solid 7 out of 10. I'm going to think about it. This is my knee-jerk reaction. I'll think about it some more. Maybe my opinion might change out of this, but just home from the theaters, 7 out of 10, riding on a little bit of a high. There's some Easter eggs in there and some character references and really cool things that allowed me to be in the world of Gotham, and that makes me happy, but I have to step back and look at it a little bit more. But 7 out of 10, I think I'm happy with that. The film officially comes out on October 4th. You could probably catch an October 3rd screening if you're lucky. So go out and see it in the theater, please. I saw it in IMAX. If you can see it in IMAX, big screen, beautiful shots. It's worth it. If not, see it in the theater regardless, because movies deserve to be seen in theaters. And remember, keep watching movies. That's life.